7:30 a.m. Yeah, we're out here early this morning tending to the cats. We've been having rain overnight. We've got some thunderstorm activity that is supposed to be making its way here rather shortly. So I tried to boot, scoot, and boogie this morning to tend to the cats. Of course, you know, I had stated that I was not going to be showing any further recordings of the cats, but you know, I guess this is considered a special occasion, if you will, because of the situation at large. Yeah, I don't know if it's just drippage coming off the leaves right now from our overnight fallout, or if it is in fact starting to spit once again. I just looked at radar and it looked like a good majority of what is headed our way, if you will. It's kind of sliding a little northward, northeast, if you will. Still seed out here from last night, surprisingly. So yeah, we are actually cutting back on the amounts of food that I am providing now, because you know, there's just been too much of a lack of appetite amongst all creatures here lately. And you know, I've got to make a comment about our precipitations, seasonal precipitations. As you know, I've been reporting on this for a few years now. The factor of that old phrase of April showers brings May flowers. We don't really get springtime showers anymore. We get dumped on during the autumn months, just before winter. You know, that's the new norm, if you will. So you actually have to kind of figure that into the equations of this nonsense concerning our skies, weather, and so on and so forth, of everything that revolves around that. Okay, I am hearing some thunder off in the distance now. But, well, if you would care to go to the description, I'm going to go ahead and toss a few links into the description pertaining to Michigan. Just some recent Michigan news, if you will. What's up, Yen? Coming up? Oh, come here. You're alright. Come here. Hey, where you going? Huh? Get over here. Just silly goofball. Yeah, we're still trying to mend a little bit of disagreement, right? Getting a little better with the attitude, aren't we, huh? Yeah, both you and Sandy Sox are getting better, getting better. Getting over here is getting a little bit more acclimated to my presence, but I'm still shying away from it. I have not named it, so otherwise I have not claimed it. Yeah. Ooh, goodness. Drink some water, buddy. Trying to crunch and munch a little too too eagerly. Yeah, and these cats, they, of course, I spoil them because of my cooking every once in a while, and so yeah, once I do that, boy, it just really ruins aspects of providing dry cat food, and even doctored up dry cat food, they're not too fond of anymore. Even though I mix in ingredients of which they, for the most part, enjoy, well, still, they tend to turn up their nose at times. But I've only put out so much cat food this morning because of the aspects of further precipitation, and which, of course, it could be somewhat, well, I don't want to say severe, but, we shall see, as I plan on doing just a little bit more recording from the balcony as this does move in, because we might be able to get some lightning action and whatnot. But always feeling special by eating out of the bowl. Unfortunately, I've not seen any signs of the raccoon here lately, and, well, that kind of bums me out. 3 days straight of having that raccoon about, and seeing how it interacted with the cats, Yeah, I would be more than thrilled to have a return visit. I really enjoyed the factor of the squirrel coming up yesterday that I recorded, although, yeah, it could have been a better recording, and I guess I should have stayed put while recording that squirrel rather than let the solo chicken divert my attention. But yeah, so I am just kind of stalling, procrastinating, as well. Once I come out here, I tend to want to stick around. You can see the moisture on the leaves here. I mean, yeah, it's wet out here. And I just washed these last night as they were getting a little bit smellified. And here I am, tromping around in this wetness out here. Of course, I don't wear socks for the most part. What's the matter, kitten? But I do believe you're okay, kitten. You're okay. You're fine. I know you're still real skittish about me, but doing quite well. But yeah, I do believe that the cats are going to start moving off, as they are going to feel this oncoming fall out just that much more. I'm going to go ahead and wander away from the kitten. Hi, Sandy. Hi, hi. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's getting better with our physical contact. Her attitude is lessening, if you will. I guess it just took time for some of these cats to get used to this area up here dealing with me, because of course they have been used to the presence of other past residents that no longer are here. So I guess I am going to go ahead and once again gather up my stuff here and head on up, and we'll see if anything is recordable with what we have coming in. It shouldn't. Actually, they're saying that by noon, at the latest, it should be cleared out, and slowly we are to return to sunny skies later on this afternoon, which of course might bring about higher humidity factors. So this kitten is over here playing with the golf balls that I keep stationed on top of this concrete slab. and it is the only cat that has taken to playing with those golf balls. What's the matter, L'Oreal, huh? Yeah, there's more to eat. Go ahead. Just stick some food within just to try to keep some dry. So, alright, we are going to end this now. Go ahead and add on any future recordings to this, and well, more likely I'll have some stupid sky observations that nobody's really watching later on today. So, yeah, we'll see whatever happens next. Till then, this is Skywise out. Alright, it's 7:45. We are at the balcony. And, well, I just wanted to include this little factoid real quick. You know, it's really sad to where I get more feedback by posting comments or replies on other channels that I am not even familiar with whatsoever. And once again, getting more feedback than what I get on my own channel and through my own content. That's a shameful, sad fact. But you know what's really cool? So, okay, so I had placed a comment. Yeah, we got all these blue jays that are slowly moving in right here. I had placed a reply to a comment that was made surrounding this recent eclipse that had taken place. And, well, basically, I stated that, you know what, I've been staring at the sun for a decade now, with proof through my channel that I have been doing just that. And of course, there had to be a troll. I jumped on board, calling me a liar, so on and so forth. I said, hey, I got the proof of what I claim, but yet, here you are, a channel with no content whatsoever, and 2 subscribers. And they want to demonize me? See, that's what's really sad about this platform. Is all these trolls out there that have no content whatsoever. And they want to make a stink about this, that, or the other thing. You know? Well, if you're going to do that, prove yourselves by posting content. Well, you know what was really cool though? Is I actually had people coming in defense of my claims. And you know what they started to call this troll? A tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. Because of calling me a liar that I stare directly into the sun while doing my recordings. Yeah. That's awesome. To have people that don't even know my channel that's come to my defense. I don't even get that on my own on my own channel. Yeah. So I just thought to, yeah, make mention of that. And once again, I'm going to provide some links within the description, and you can take your pick out of what I provide if interested. Or you can come back a few times and go through whatever links that might fancy your interest. They're Michigan related, once again. Now, while I was out here thinking that it was beginning to rain once again, it is nothing more than droplets of last night's fallout that is coming down from the leaves, the branches. Yeah, upset because I am not putting out any seed, because I know you're whining up there at me. Yeah, and I can tell because of the change in the, you hear that? Well, there's too many issues surrounding. Oh, that's Jayhawk. Oh, and then we've got a squirrel up here as well. That, yeah, that's Jayhawk. That was, well, recent times the first blue jay that I started to have interactions with, and actually kind of developed a little bit of a bond with. But yes, I can see movement up here of the squirrel kind. And again, I did not put any seed in the pocket of the tree, which kind of bums me out, because I do like the animals coming up to the feeding tree, but not the cats. And that's why I've had to stop basically putting seed in that tree, as I have been doing right along. And so anyways, I guess enough rambling for now, and if anything significant should actually come our way, I will do my best to record. But until then, again, Skywise out. 8:08 a.m. this Sunday morning, and well, it has begun to rain once again. So I'm glad that I got out there when I did to provide a little bit of food for the cats. I need to make up more nectar for the hummingbirds. But more so, I guess, for the bees and wasps, as they are the ones that are notorious for draining the feeder during these ending months before winter sets in. But a lot of this runoff tends to, there we go, getting a little bit of thunder now. Yeah, I guess we could squat on down, enjoy a little bit of splashback from this, because we have no gutter system to this building. Well, I guess I'll be back if anything should develop that's fun to watch, if you will. Now, this is letting up a little bit. So, yeah, more than likely it'll take another crack of lightning and a resulting thunder to once again ignite the fallout process. And unfortunately, well, I have to make arrangements to get myself to Walmart to jump on this free phone offer through my phone service provider, because I have been such a valued customer for so many years, where I can upgrade to a 5G phone, of which this is just a 4G phone. Yeah, outdated. I try to make things last as long as possible. I'm not one to jump right on to the newest of this and that and everything else. Never have been, never will be, especially with this crap technology today, you know? And yeah, I just looked at the radar through an app on this phone, and yeah, the more heavier stuff is still yet to hit, apparently. So if and when it does, we will return. Till then, and once again, Skywise. Oh, it's coming down a little heavier. Hell, I ended that just a little too soon, as we just had another round of thunder. And I'm being peppered by a lot of splashbacks. But yeah, what I forgot to make mention of is this morning I wanted to plug in the power cord to this device, and well, the attachment within the phone that the power cord hooks to, there's something wrong with it. Now I'm having issues connecting the power cord, so yeah, I have to jump on this offer and get this new phone. Otherwise, I am going to be out of business altogether. Alright, I guess. Yeah, the sounds of the rain is just a little too heavy. It's going to drown out. The sounds of thunder. Yeah, we might not get anything more than just recordings of heavy fallout. Well, we shall end it once again. Oh, there's a little flash of lightning. Yeah, and the skies, once again, you know, permacloud precipitation. That's what we get. And there's our sound of thunder from that little flash of lightning. Yeah, this is basically a very lame, precipitous event, as far as I'm concerned. No winds. You know, that makes it very difficult to believe that anything is moving in, right? Yeah. See, it's through my observations that I find a lot of disagreements with mainstream media's narratives to their weather forecasts and updates and all that. A lot of times it just does not match up with what I record and share. And that's why I continue to share. But, you know, now we have this AI that's been in control and, of course, will not recommend my content. Oh, it recommends it to me. But apparently, not to a whole heck of a lot of others out there. Okay, Skywise out again. 8:25 a.m. It's already begun to lighten up out here, literally and figuratively. And when I state figuratively, it's pertaining to what we cannot see, and that is humidity factors. And which, well, I guess I've been proven correct, as I just see a weather update on one of our local TV stations, or through one of our local TV stations from Grand Rapids, actually, north of my location, to where they said, well, about 1 o'clock. Of course, they're stating that by noon all this should have moved on out, cleared up. Sun is supposed to come out, and like I stated, the humidity factors are to be on the increase. In fact, with only a high of 80 degrees, a projected high of 80 degrees today, the humidity factor is to be severely oppressive. Another commonality to our weather scenarios and situations anymore. And of course, throughout the majority of my lifetime, when it came down to the high temperature of the day, well, it used to be right around anywhere from noon o'clock, well, 11 a.m. to basically 2 p.m. would be the hottest hours of the day. And then would slowly decrease in temperature. And typically after 5 p.m., a lot of the heat would have dissipated from the day. But no, anymore it is right around 5 p.m. that we get the peak temperatures of the day, the highest point of temperatures, anywhere from 5 to 8 p.m. Yeah. Yeah, you know, nobody really adds all this stuff up together. They don't connect the dots, and it's a sad shame. Because people are still gullible enough to believe in all of the false narratives, lies, and deceptive measures that is taking place today. Sad state of affairs. But then I live in a very sad state anymore. I'm going to go ahead and end off with this. Throw these clips together. Once again, there'll be some links within the description if you are interested and so desire to click on any one of those. Right now it's only but 3 videos that I will be providing the links to. But if there's any others that should happen to pop up in the meantime, I might add those as well. But on that note, this is Skywise out.